Welcome to Academy Answers Podcast, a show dedicated to inspiring and providing actionable advice on life, business, happiness, success, and reaching your full potential. Have you ever felt frustrated that life isn't working out the way you expected? Have you been searching for answers without success? You've come to the right place. Each week, we bring you perspectives, ideas, and actionable content. We share with you proven and time-tested step-by-step strategies to help you live the life you deserve and make your dreams a reality. From health to finances to relationships to business, we provide the insights and strategies you need to reach your full potential. So buckle up and plug in, because Academy Answers Podcast is about to take you to a new level of personal success.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Academy Answers Podcast. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for listening in. My name is Louis Motivator Car. And on the podcast, we talk about happiness, success, and full potential. Getting to live your best life. And everybody wants to live that life that will make them happy. We're all chasing a feeling. We are emotional human beings. We want the money, we want the cars, we want the homes, we want the vacations, we want the lifestyle. But ultimately, it's all about how it makes us feel. If we want something and we don't have it, then the feeling is what we have to grapple with. And most of the times, like, we know that we're okay. We know that if you live, like, we know that 2/3 of the world population, just get this right, 2/3 of the world population, of the 7 billion people on the planet round about 4 million, if that's my, don't hold me to the maths, about 4 billion people with a B live on less than $5 a day. We know that we're okay. But in the human construct and the human mind and consciousness, it doesn't matter who else doesn't have it. When we are cultured, socialized, and programmed a certain way, we have our own wants and needs. And even if we're getting things that are very good in comparison to most other people, if it is not exactly what we feel in our hearts, our desires, if it's not what we want, we still feel unhappy. We're still worried. We're still hurt. And although we know that we should be grateful, there's a tussle between the ambition and the gratitude. And many times it's as if we don't have anything. The way we are stressed and under pressure and just wanting that thing that we crave so much. There's no amount of instilling gratitude in your life will fill up that desire that you have there. This morning I want to talk about 4 things that will help us to move from where we are to where we want to be. There's a place, there's a set of circumstances that we are aiming to bring into our lives, and that's not easy. It's never easy tunneling through that frustration, pushing through that lack, pushing through that journey of moving one's life to the place where they would like it to be, because we all are human beings. We have desires. Desires are the smoke of our potential. And when people have needs and have desires and have ambitions that are unfulfilled, it becomes stressful and it brings them into a place of frustration and stress and depression, and it avoids their lives of happiness. And when you don't have that happy feeling, that consciousness of fulfillment, it is a horrible thing to live with. And as you get older, as you grow older, one of the things that will make it even more intensive is if life has done you nothing, and you realize that in reflection, when you start to look back, when you start to rethink your whole life, you realize that if you had done this, you might have been in a different place. And then you're at a point where you realize that no amount of regrets and rethinking and overthinking can go and correct the past. And you're out of time, out of money, out of energy, out of options. And you are just there. And they call that the life of regret. You live in quiet desperation. You become sick, miserable, and angry. How do you avoid that in your life? How do you at some point bring yourself to the realization that, look, I'm a human being, and anything human is possible for me. And I like to use this example because people like to get crazy when I say, it's possible for you. I'm not telling you everybody will be LeBron James in basketball, but you can be the LeBron James of your talents, your special talents and abilities. Because ultimately, those who are talking about LeBron don't really want to do LeBron because they don't want to play basketball. They want to live the lifestyle that basketball gives to LeBron. I'm telling you that out of the potential and abilities and unique talents and gifts that you have, you can get that LeBron James lifestyle. Or the Michael Jordan or whichever lifestyle you want. It is possible for you if that's what you want. I know I'm not in any delusional type of mindset where I think that everybody wants to be a billionaire and everybody wants to be multimillionaires and all that, but everybody wants a happy life, and a happy life has some amount of dictates, and the dictates is that you can do what you want to do when you want to do it and with whom you want to do it. Constraints and restrictions doesn't align with happiness, with true happiness. The less constraints, the more freedom you have in your own life and choices to impact, to do, to create, to affect, to decide. It's the happier you will be. And you can rethink that to the moon and back. That's exactly how it is. If you don't have the option to send your child to the school that is better, or to move your child from the school that you don't like, or to take up and leave that house because the neighborhood has gotten disgusting, or to just decide that today is not the day that when anybody should be going out, or to fight the injustices that come out here and come over you, and to do it at the highest level, get the best lawyers, get the best resources and people to represent you. If you don't have those options, that will constantly play in your mind, saying that if I was able to, then I would be better off. What am I trying to say? Do not limit the experiences you can have and the intensity of the experiences you can have. There's this saying that people like to do, I just want to. No, there's no just want to. Stop that, because you will get to a position when you realize that that just want to is not enough. I just want to get a decent house and a decent car. And okay, you just want to get a job that affords you a decent house and a decent car. What if that job goes extinct? What if you lose your job at a certain age? What if you need more because there is a family emergency and you have to take care of a family member? That just want to now becomes frustrating and insufficient. Sorry for that segue. I know I'm rambling on and on, but I'm just going to give you 4 ways. And the first way is to get out of your own way. I'm not trying to be pun and playing on the words, but that's the first thing to look at. You have to now get out of your own way. And what does it mean by getting out of your own way? Understand that you are limited in a very major way in terms of your perspective on life and the things you know. You are limited because your view of the world, or most people's view of the world, is pretty much based very small, because it's based on the experiences and the environment and what we have been exposed to. So get out of that and open up your mind to what is happening every day on a larger scale, because you operate in a global space. And if you can just take yourself out of that thinking and start to embrace a larger vision for your life, start to look at what is possible, what others are doing out there. Just don't use social media to give you that dopamine rush and keep up with people's life, but start to question the realities that are happening out there that you would like to be your reality, and it's not your reality. and realize that you don't have all the answers, but all the answers are out there and you can learn it. I'm going to make it very simple. So get out of your own way. Decide that, look, I'm going to search for the answers because somebody have them. And obviously, if I'm at this stage of life, something is missing. Either I don't have the answers or I don't have the discipline to apply the answers. So, and then somebody out there has the discipline and have created discipline and know. So get out of your own way and decide that, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go search for the answers or what it is going to take. What do I need? What I'm doing incorrectly. Second thing, you have to make a commitment and a determination that you're going to be willing to put in the effort. Effort is an action word. You're going to be willing to be involved in the doing of the things that you have discovered. Are you going to do them or are you not going to do them? You either will or you won't. The feelings are bullcrap. Like, if you're going to align yourself with your feelings, you're never going to get anywhere. The most reliable method is to push through the feelings, do it anyway, form habits, and have these habits, and these habits will drive you and pull you through the tough times. If you exercise 4 times a week, for example, I like to use exercise because one of the biggest important things that people struggle with. If you exercise 4 times a week, I'm almost guaranteeing you that 3 of those times you won't feel like it. If you want to exercise 4 times a week, 3 of those times you won't feel like it. If you get to exercise 4 times a week consistently for 6 months, a year, 5 years, 3 of the 4 times a week, it will be your habits that get you going. The habits that you create. So effort. The next thing is time. Be willing to put in the time. Now, time is a fun thing. As explaining to my friend in our mastermind that, look, we woke up, we had some discussions, and we woke up one Friday morning, and he was at one place, different country, doing his own thing, hitting it hard that day. I woke up 3:30, hit it hard, all day, push through, get a whole bunch of things done. And at the end of the day, I reached out to him and say, thumbs up, guy, thumbs up. We did good today, but I'm going to give you a bit of bad news. None of what we did today makes us special. None of what we did today is amazing or awesome. Everybody, 99% of people have made an awesome move in their life. 99% of people. They threw out the Pepsi, they chose a salad, they bought the exercise machine, they saved some money, they spent some time with the kids, they took their wife out on a date. They have done an awesome thing. They made that initial step in an awesome direction. But guess what? They're never able to sustain it and to be consistent with it over a long period of time. That's going to be what makes the difference. It doesn't matter what you do today. It absolutely doesn't matter what you do today if you cannot be consistent with that thing for 90 days, 200 days, 500 days, 700 days, 10,000 days. Because that block of consistent action is needed to take you over the plateau. I'll say that again. That block of consistent action is needed to take you over that plateau. Now, if you give little splurts of action and you're up and down and you're on and off, you will find yourself going back and forth, starting and stopping, never just going around in circle. And as you go around in circle, you double your frustration, waste your time, and delay your goals. That's all you're doing. So if you're not committed, and you know my definition of committed is that commitment is doing what you say you would do long after the feeling and the mood you were in when you said you would do it have passed. And I've said this a million times, I'm not going to say it again. If you're at work right now and you see somebody that looks... Okay, I was at work. I'm always working out. I'm a guy who has been working out since college. Always. Maybe high school. Maybe high school. Since high school or maybe before high school, I'm always conscious of working out. I love muscles. I love having a good looking body. I've fallen off and got back on 1,000 times. So I was in a store one day and this guy walked in. And the guy looked great in his clothes. Well groomed guy, fit looking muscular guy. And I'm like, at that point in time, I had totally fallen off. I wasn't like, my weight didn't change, but I just didn't have that muscle mass. I didn't look so carved and cut. And I was saying to myself, oh my God, this is how I'm supposed to look. By the end of the year, I'll get back to looking like that. And I went home, started exercise, started doing all this thing. How long you think that lasted? I messed up like maybe 2-3 weeks or maybe a month, 2 months. Why? Because I wasn't sick. I didn't have less time. Nothing happened to me to prevent me from doing that. But what happened? What happened is that I wasn't committed. I felt a certain way. I wanted to do the thing, but the feeling and the mood I was in when I was saying it changed when I went home and all these other days after, and I wasn't able to override the feeling and go back to my commitment. So you have to be committed to invest the time and the effort. So first, get out of your own way. Second, put in the effort and be consistent over time. And the fourth one, you have to be willing to invest the thinking that is necessary. And this is very important. Like I'm convinced that the most destructive disease that no one is talking about is the lack of thinking. Nothing else will have a worse impact on your life than poor thinking. And we've not been taught how to think. I'm trying to instill that in my son. I'm trying to teach him how to think. Everybody, when we go through school, is like, oh, you must think. And everybody thinking is mentally rehearsing stuff. First of all, you have to have the input to have good quality thinking. You have to have good quality input in order for you to give yourself the benefit of good quality thinking. People are thinking about stuff based on information that they don't have. Everybody have an opinion, and these opinions come from absolutely no basis at all. They would never read something about it. They'd never watch a video about it. They'd never do any deep dive about it. They just want to have opinions. Opinions from their little nutshell of a knowledge base. Don't do that. Realize that you're going to have to invest the thinking that is necessary, and in order for you to have this thinking, you have to avail yourself with information, the right information. And it is everywhere. It's easy. It's out there. If you don't pour that information in your mind, you will never have the quality thinking coming out. So that's how you move from where you want to move. There's got to be the you getting out of your way and start to embrace the fact that your thinking and your world is pretty much limited, and you're functioning in a marketplace where it is way above what you just got in school. Secondly, you have to be willing to put out the effort. Action is necessary. You got to be consistent and committed to put in the time, and you have to invest the thinking. You have to first input the information so you can improve the quality of your thinking. And if you do those things, If you do those things, you can change your life and your circumstances. And everybody is going to be excited and edgy about when will this change. Can it happen in 10 days? Is it 90 days? Do I need 150 days? I don't know how long you need. The people who actually change, the people who actually get to do this right, are the people who commit to doing it until, and have that expectancy, have that expectation, that hope that I can figure it out. I'm going to keep going, because this is not a part of my life. This is the way my life is going to be. This is what I do, and I will do it until. Whether or not it's going to do this or do that, I am going to live either at the top of the mountain, or I will die on the climb. So success is not for the weak or the faint at heart. You don't have to want it. You don't have to want to go through all this. If you don't, just go find yourself in a little corner, hope for the best, pray to God, keep your fingers crossed, take what comes to you. That's fine. Nobody determine your life for you. But just know, as I always say, and this is one of my scratch records again, the minute you raise your hands and say you want success, understand that you have effectively started a war. And there will be a barrage of stuff happening to you, pushing against you, trying to get you out, coming at you. Your ability to keep going, to find strategies, to work around, to slew the enemy, to rise above, will be one of the main determining factor. It is the guy who is persistent. After you reach a certain level, everybody's skill level is enough. After you reach a certain point of the journey, everybody connections is almost the same. It's going to take the mental fortitude to break you free, because nothing or no one is coming with life on a silver platter. You got to hold on your head, and if it didn't happen already, you have to still believe that you can make it happen, and you have to go for it. You have to have a goal to want it. You don't have a goal to want it, and it's going to happen. You have to have a goal to want this thing, to decide that I am never going to stop until I get this thing. Have a good day, guys. Always a pleasure. Thank you for listening. Take care.